So in step 5 of Fund Your Freedom, how do you connect the dots between business freedom, financial freedom, and personal freedom in a way that actually accelerates results for a client? Well, first you have to get their buy-in. You have to show them how uh, working on all three of these areas gets results much faster than taking a siloed approach. So let me walk you through a tool that I've developed called the Freedom Tracker that does just this. So in my philosophy, there are lots of ways that a business owner can create value in the world. Most of the time, if you ask them why did they go in business for themselves, they'll tell you something to the extent of, well, I wanted to do great work. I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to have more control. I wanted to have an impact on my clients or my customers or my staff. Ultimately, if I boiled it down to one word, it is freedom. They wanted to be able to create freedom in their life. And yes, doing a good job and delivering great results for clients is entry level. You need to do that just to be in business. But how do we connect the dots back to what the business owner actually needs internally for themselves, their family? And so I've divided into 3 areas. You need to have business freedom, financial freedom, and personal freedom. Business freedom is turning the business into an asset that runs without you. Ultimately, it's about how do I use my business as a wealth creation tool to create more time and more money in my life. And while I do that by putting more systems and process and upskilling my people, along the way, how do I carve off some of that time, some of that money to create financial freedom for me and my family? How can I not have all my eggs financially in the basket of my business? How can I create multiple streams of income separate from my business, liquid resources separate from my business accounts in a way that gives me more choice and control, maybe more sleep at night money for the family, more protection, but also more options later? And then finally, when it comes to personal freedom, how do we set goals and targets so that we're not just working 24/7 around the clock trying to chase another dollar of income or another dollar of revenue? How do we do something? You can create value in the business, but have zero value in your personal life. That's not a win in my book. So I've developed, I think it's about 25 different key metrics in each of these areas, or combined across all 3 areas, so that we could set targets for the business owner and track our results against that. So let me just start at the top, because running a business is hard work. And as the business grows, it does not get easier. The business owner has to get stronger. And the way they get stronger is by focusing to get results in each of these key areas. So when it comes to business freedom, we can set key metrics like most people do: revenue, profit, enterprise value. How do they pay themselves? Salary, bonus, perks, distributions, even hours worked. And we could set annual targets in each of these areas. And as we move through the year, we can update, and it will give us percentage of goal that we're on. Excuse me. When it comes to financial freedom, we are going to back into the asset base required to hit their freedom point. We're going to talk about how much wealth is tied up inside of their business versus how much liquid money they have outside of the business, to get a total picture and say, well, this is the gap that we're solving. The business in this example is currently worth $3 million, but we need to solve another $4.5 million, either from additional savings or growth in the business. And so we're tracking against that. And here's where our clients can start saving, or can start setting goals in. Well, maybe I want to save more money per month. Various advanced planning strategies that are available to business owners. Maybe I'm investing in real estate, and that's going to give me the ability to create passive income streams, and we can track the results against that as well, setting targets annually of what we want to get of additional savings outside of the company and additional income streams outside of the company. And then on the personal front, we're talking about things like free days versus planned vacation days, work-life balance, financial stress, having a clarity about a life separate from the business, financial readiness and mental readiness. And then what type, where is the owner's brain right now when they're thinking about an exit? Is it, hey, just help me make this thing fun again, or get me out now, I'm stressed out, or no, I just want to grow? Or maybe someone has a strategic end in mind, like, no, I'm growing towards a really big exit here, and I want help getting there. Free days are a very interesting concept. First introduced to me by the folks at Strategic Coach and Dan Sullivan, where this is days where you really unplug. and you do no work, nothing related. You're not plugged in. You're not on the cell phone. You're not on, email. You're not receiving phone calls. You're really taking time to just do you. And I tell all my clients that they need to have a minimum of 104 free days a year. Most clients look at me cross-eyed when I first say that until they realize that that's just 52 weeks times the 2 days of a weekend. So at the very least, if we can't, as successful business owners, get to the point where we're not working evenings and weekends, there's a problem and something that we're doing. So we start there and we set targets. Planned vacation days are separate, and then the rest of these are kind of qualitative rankings that they're able to, fill in on a monthly basis. And then also each month we're taking time to slow down and say, okay, based on what you've experienced over the course of this month, around your business planning, your financial planning, your personal planning, are there any big ahas that we need to take a moment to capture? And then who should we share that with? Is this something to be useful for your key leaders? Is this something to be useful for your family? What about your kids? Did you uncover kind of a nugget of a skill set or a mindset that applies just to success in life that you want to make sure that you're capturing and sharing? And so we make sure we take time to carve that out as well. Because at the end of the day, we want to provide great lives for our family and the people we care about, but more importantly, we want to make sure that we're empowering them to build upon mom and dad's success so they're not having to rely upon it for a meal ticket, even if they have no desire to get involved in the family business. There are other things that we could, bring to bear to help them, develop, not just financially. Today was just a quick overview of how we help over time our clients fund their freedom, whatever that is. And it's along the way while we're growing the company, not just at exit, so that they're better prepared. And we do it in a balanced way that takes business freedom, financial freedom, and personal freedom into account, setting key targets and metrics, and utilizing this in the planning that we're doing collaboratively with all of their advisors. If you'd like to slow down and go through this on a more personal level, just book a call. I'm happy to walk you through it, answer any questions that you have.